Well, I've been having a little bit of problems with this server on the left here. It's not showing up at all. This guy right now is just acting as an iSCSI 9 TB drive that I'm backing up the one on the right to this power edge. Gets backed up to this guy every week or something. The problem is this drive's not showing up at all. So let's go look at the software and see what it has to say. If I look at the list of drives in that system, it's only showing me the boot drive, which is not good. And if I look at the LSI MegaRAID utility, which shows up other controllers and stuff on the network, it's not showing me it at all. So I'm guessing there's some other issue. If I go LSPCI, it does show it here. There's a RAID bus. Where is it? It's an LSI card. Yeah, here. LSI logic right there. So it is showing up as being there, but it's not showing up correctly. So I'm going to go take it off that little shelf and take a look at it in person and see, because I have another RAID card just like that one, and see if it might just be a bad card or something else. Okay, so he's plugged into my test bench now, so let's flip him on. And that's all plugged in. Okay, I actually have to turn the power button on. So, he's plugged into this monitor now. There you go. He's posting. I'm just going to be kind of curious and find out what he does. He should show a RAID menu. The code should be there. According to Linux, it's there. Yeah, so it's not going to let me into the web BIOS. What I'm going to do now is I'm going to try using the other RAID card that I have that's identical to this one and just see if it changes anything. If that guy works, then I'm going to test the old one in another old Dell that I have behind it. If it doesn't work, then I'm going to get a little bit more trying. So let's go try that now. Okay, so let's get into this video about making this server. So I'm going to take off the side panel. Tuck this somewhere. Okay, here's the RAID card. I can't give too much praise to these cards. I shouldn't have used them, but they seem to work. Let's pop off this. There's no locking connector because it's not an X16 card. It's only an X8 card. Here you go. Pops right out. Here they are. You can see they're pretty simple. Have a little bit of heat sink. They actually do make quite a bit of heat. You can get an 8-port one that costs a little bit more. From everything I've seen, all they do is solder on another connector. I might try this one day. I think I could just solder on a connector, so I might actually try this with some computer stuff in another video. And I have this other guy laying around as a backup. I've also used it in some other computers. My big complaint with these RAID cards is I've looked online and it seems to be true for all of these are 9240 4i. The 8i seem to have it as well. The only difference is the number of ports they have. They soldered that on with the 8i's. But with the 9240s, they just seem to have these horribly slow write speeds. Like this guy's RAID 5 write speed is 25 megs a second. You know what? If this guy works, here we go. We're back in, we're booted. I'm gonna go reconfigure it to use MD and Linux, because that has a few advantages. So this guy will be just running in JBOD, and we're gonna be using MD and Linux. This will give me a few advantages because now I can just add more drives to it if I want. I don't know if MD allows growing, but if I want, I can add more drives using another RAID controller or just off the motherboard. And also, that has the advantages, it's not RAID card compliant, so if I can put it in any Linux-based system, it'll work fine. And, I'm gonna wait for this to show. Here you go. Does it show? There's no virtual drives found. Huh. So did it destroy my virtual drive or something? That's weird. Okay, I think there's a bug on the system that keeps me from being able to reach the web GUI on this system here. So I can't actually configure it at all on this system. So what I'm going to have to do is I'm going to have to use this guy here to get into the web GUI. So the RAID code was good. It's just somehow there was some drive issue or something. So I'm going to put them all into JBOD using that guy. So let's do that now. I don't have any important data because this guy was only used as a backup, but I'm going to just try looking around. And I'm going to change how the RAID configuration works anyway, so I'm not really worried about that. So I'm going to have to get a few more power cables, and then I'm going to set them up as a JBOD and use the other Dell and stuff. So this is going to take a little bit longer than I originally thought, so not great. Okay, so here's the good old Dell I'm going to be trying it with. This is a good old Dell Optiplex 755 I use in the workbench. Here, mainly for just music listening. It's going to kind of be a little bit of a messy setup now, but this is just going to kind of fit in here like this. We're going to go plug all the keyboard and monitor and mouse and stuff to it, and what I'm going to do now, I've done this before, but just with a different server. Take, this is plugged in, I'm going to turn you off. Take this here SFF8087 connector, plug this guy in. This guy will also be plugged into here, so now this is just working as a power supply to run the drives off of. This guy is what everything's going to actually be running off. So if I take my VGA connector, run the VGA connector here, and then I plug him into power, you have to be turned on just to work as a dumb drive power supply, as in, but he doesn't have anything connected to him, so now you're on, and you're actually what's going to be providing us with everything. That does not look secure. I don't have any of the drive mounting stuff here because I kind of got them used. Just kind of pick them up for free. So I'm not really complaining. So here's the LSI MegaRAID thingy. I think it's Control H to enter. Whoa, you guys probably can't see this. Here you go. Analyzing devices. Well, this guy might show the RAID array. Let's just see if he does. And it does show the virtual drive on this system. So here, I hit Control H in this. So it says follow on that system, it looks like. So after all that work, I finally got him into the web BIOS, and he appears to be working right. I did swap the RAID card, so this is the other one. And I went and identified it, and everything seems to work correctly. So let's put that back into the other system and see if somehow it works again. Because it does seem to work fine, and if I went and booted into this system, it would show me all the data. So I'm going to go reboot it now and swap the cards again. So, you know, I'll do that on video for fun. Let's see this. Might speed this up in post. Let's find out. Okay, so powering off both of these systems. RAID cards, and from everything I've seen, have always just kind of been a little bit picky. So this guy seems to be the better one of the two and actually enters the web GUI without crashing. I might go flash these with newer firmware or something one day. I don't know. I don't have a huge use for them. I know there's ways to flash firmware to make them basically just work as like host bus adapters for something like ZFS. Like using something called IP mode on these cards, but I've yet to need to do ZFS, and these systems are nowhere near capable of actually running ZFS. Like this guy here has a gig of RAM, this guy here has 2, so I just kind of want to leave it to the hardware to do it. And like every hardware RAID card, like except this one, seems to have reasonable RAID 5 write speeds, like 150 megs a second. This guy here is at 25, which is just horrible. And when you're copying 5 terabytes of data, 25 is not a fun speed to be stuck at. So he's up and running again. Now what we're going to be looking for is the message here after post. So this is the post screen, and then after this guy to show the RAID card screen. And if it says RAID 5 found, then I think we're up and good for business again. We're going to wait for it to get into the OS and hope it identifies and runs it again, and then we're just going to hope it doesn't happen again. And if it doesn't, well, just be hopeful. Okay, we're here, and it shows a RAID 5 virtual drive. So I think I swapped them. I know this guy can't enter the web BIOS, so I'm going to wait for him to get into the OS and just make sure it's there. And then I'm going to chuck him back on the rack and hope that everything works right. So I'm just being optimistic now. So this is the OS. It's entering CentOS. I put CentOS on it. The main reason I'm using CentOS is because it's going to be supported for a really long time, which isn't true for most other Linux distros. They say CentOS 7, which is the one I'm using, is going to be supported until 2024, which, like, Ubuntu, the newest version, is only getting supported until, like, 2018 or 2019, and, like, Debian's only going to get supported for 3 years and stuff, so I really don't want to upgrade these, because right now it's just basically an iSCSI drive. I don't want to have to update my iSCSI drive right now, so let me get logged in and change everything. So there you go, it's detecting my drive again right here, SDA1. 9,000 gigabytes, and that's exactly what it should be because it's a RAID 5 of 4 3 terabyte drives. So everything's good and happy, and I'm just not gonna touch it because it kind of is working. If it fails again, then I might poke it, but for now, it seems to be working. I swapped the RAID cards and it's good. I'm gonna put it on the back and then check it. Well, now he's back in his home right now. You can see he's copying some files because his drive activity lights are staying on. So let's look at what I can see using SSH. So here's what I can see. You can see the storage backup drive is 5.5 terabytes. It's backing up the /storage partition. And if I look at IO top, I can see I'm copying about 25 to 30 megabytes per second using rsync on another terminal. It's copying all my files because this is being used as a active backup. Those other 3 terabytes are going to be used for snapshots, so I can't accidentally delete a file. So thanks for watching this quick little video about me diagnosing the system. And if you want to see more videos like this, please subscribe and please like this video if you liked it. Bye.